The case of David Bisard has captivated and often infuriated the people of central Indiana since the moment it happened in August of 2010. Call 6 investigator Rafael Sanchez is live in the newsroom with that part of the story. Rafael?
Erica, good evening. This jury verdict may find itself before the Court of Appeals or the state Supreme Court in the months and years to come, so it may not be over, though the past 3 years and 3 months have been long for all involved.
I'm sorry.
That was David Bisard saying he was sorry minutes after hearing the 9 guilty verdicts against him in Fort Wayne. This was the scene back on August 6, 2010, the accident that killed Eric Wells and injured Mary Mills and Kurt Weekly. 2 weeks later, then prosecutor Carl Brizzi said there were procedural errors in how Bisard's blood was drawn, and the samples would not stand up in court. A couple of days later, 3 top-ranking IMPD officers were demoted. And here's what then Chief Paul Sosalski had to say.
Senior leadership failed to recognize the gravity of the situation and failed to make sure the scene was preserved, processed, and supervised with the seriousness that every crime scene deserves.
In 2011, newly elected Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry refiled DUI charges against Bisard. There were several legal fights over his blood samples, which in the end the prosecution won. In 2012, revelations of the mishandling of another blood vial led to the firing of Paul Sosalski and to the appointment of current Chief Rick Hite. This past April, 7 months before the start of Bisard's trial, he created more troubles for his lawyers. He was arrested in Lawrence after crashing his vehicle into a guardrail. Lawrence police found an open bottle of vodka in the car. Fast forward to October. The trial created some anxiety involving jurors. 3 were dismissed before the remaining 12 were asked to pass judgment. And of course, that trial was moved to Fort Wayne due to all the pre-trial publicity. Now the prosecutor handling that case, Denise Robinson, well, she'll move on. She's in charge of what could be 3 new trials, possible trials, in the South Side explosion. Live in the newsroom, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.